This is Justin AMZN on Thursday, January 24th, 2019. And this is today, and nothing really happened. uh, we are still in this range. We moved down through it quickly 2 days ago. We moved down through it quickly yesterday. And today we just kind of hung out in the middle of it. We've got kind of higher lows here and kind of some relative highs here. On the daily, it looks like a really nice consolidation. And this, let me draw. Let me show you what I'm seeing. Draw, and let's do white again. I like that white. Okay, this right here really reminds me of this right here. Candles are slightly different. You got a bearish candle and a bullish and a bearish. And this one you got a bearish, bearish, bullish. But I like how it was sitting on the 21 and under the 5, and sitting on the 21 and under the 5. I really like how the moving averages are helping tighten this up. And what was really interesting with this one is it had a bearish gap down that should have been a bearish retest, and instead it faded and ran it up. If we were to get a candle tomorrow that gaps down and opens up down here, I think this would be a continuation from a bearish flag here and can move down some more. The reason I say that is that it would be a bearish gap and go. It'd be clearing the 21, and depending on this price, it'd be clearing this low as well. Now, there was so much bullishness still going on up here. Can I move this? No, I can't. I want to scroll left, but I can't without erasing this. I guess we'll just erase it in a minute. There was so much bullishness. This made the all-time high, remember? So we're just a little bit off the all-time high. Now, this time, we're a little bit off of a resistance, the resistance zone here. If we gap down, we've been in this range a lot. We've been in these 4 lines a lot. We didn't have that same level here. We had another no man's land. We stayed above it because we just bounced off this line. I don't really see that happening here. It totally could. I can be totally wrong. I'm good with that. Risk an R, lose an R, move on to the next trade. If we get a gap down tomorrow, that's what I'm anticipating happening, is that it's going to continue on bearish. If we get a rally, it could just be a little more in this range here, a little more consolidation, but I mean, it could still look like this candle where it's going to open here and it's going to run up. Oops, I'm not good at drawing this. It's going to run up and pause here, and we're still really in this no man's land. So if we're bullish, that's kind of what I anticipate. Now, if we gap up, it'd be a retest gap. And I still think from this gap here and these near shave top looking candles that it could likely fade, and we may end up with a bearish candle, moving down from here. So sorry, I don't have a better way of drawing the candles in. We'll clear that and we'll go left. So we had so much bullishness. We were just kind of chopping along. This was our first time to pull back, really the first time pulling back to the 21. And it bounced, right away it bounced and then pulled back in. Now that we've already done so much where we've crossed through it and it's not as important anymore, maintaining above that like we've been doing. I mean, we were above the 21 or at or on the 21 for so long. I mean, going back a long time, that was kind of the steady idea, is we're going to stay above this. So seeing us stay, move back up above it here totally makes sense. Breaking through it here is kind of what we've been doing. We broke below it here and stayed below. We broke up and then broke down below it again here. We broke down again through it here. We actually moved back up, and now it's, okay, are we going to break below it again? We've done it how many times? 1, I mean, you could technically count these, but I'm going to say 1, 2, 3 times. Could it do it a 4th time, with a consolidation sitting in here looking really similar to this? Now, I'm not suggesting that, let me draw again. I'm going to get my drawing on. I'm not suggesting that what happened here is going to happen again here. I'm not saying that's going to happen. If it does, that's a great place for consolidation. I think we've sold off enough through here that a rally like this and a pause here is actually going to be really, really bullish because we're sitting right at a resistance. This whole area is a resistance zone. We're sitting right on that. And that's going to make this even stronger to have this kind of like a double shoulder, a head, a smaller shoulder. And I always like seeing those smaller shoulders and then some sort of rally and a massive one coming out of this. Whenever things get really bullish and, there's things going on fundamentally, things going on between, in the world economy that could suggest that kind of a rally, some trade deals, things like that going on. But anyway, this is just an Amazon. We'll focus right here. Keep an eye on the chart to consolidate for some time. This is kind of the ideal scenario that I'd love to see something like this play out. Earnings really have no real effect, right in here that we're just going to chop, similar to how we just chopped through here. Now, this wasn't earnings. Last time we had earnings was here, and we gapped down, but even if we do gap down, I mean, this had a gap down here and had a gap down here that didn't do anything. I mean, it's sold off so much, people can kind of anticipate, well, we kind of think it'll do something and, it'll be factored in and maybe nothing will end up happening. So, okay, clean the chart up, take a look at it again like this. We'll come back in to the 5 minute. Nothing really happened. I mean, there was not a clear point to say, 1650 is where it's going to roll over. You had a wick here, evening star reversal here. You could have been trading it, could have been waiting to break this low and go bearish. But after having this massive hammer right here, it's like I'd be looking for a bullish trade. But it just wasn't at a good place to be bouncing off of anything. And down here, this massive bearish candle and a nice little pennant here looks like it should continue lower and doesn't. So who's going to be buying there? Well, you could be buying the Morningstar reversal, or you could be waiting here and getting in on, a bullish break of this pattern, which is a retest of this Morningstar reversal right here, and so you could have been going bullish here, but which option? So if we look at this area, so 920, 925, 930, and go look at the puts, this is the 1625 put. You had some small candles in here at 920, 925. That's the only thing that really is going for it is you could have set up a low risk trade or $100 risk trade, getting in like 750 by 650. And that would have ran up to the previous highs right here of around like 1050. So 650 to 1050, that's 4R. I'm good with that, or I'm sorry, 750 by 650. So that's 3R. Sorry, 3R to that point. I'm good with that. Wouldn't have worked again here. So just one time, and if you tried it here, wouldn't have filled. Tried it here, you would have been stopped out because it didn't do anything else. So maybe you come away with 2R. That's still good, Now if we go look at the levels down here, these lows. Now you'd be looking around 10:15, 10:20, 10:30. That's a nice reversal time. Maybe it's going to get some kind of a bounce going here, but it's already made a new low of the day. So be cautious. Again, small risk. There was a couple smaller candles in here, 76 cents, 106, 80. I mean, it was this time frame. So if the 1650 doesn't work, because we're really, really close to that, you could go out a little bit. I don't know if I would have traded 1650. It's so close to at the money. So here's the 1675 and 1020. Okay. Like a zero range candle because it's just flat here. But look at the price. I mean, you're paying $250 and it only goes up to $350. That's not worth it. That's a 1-to-1. So you're not going to go with a 1675. And rather than guessing, oh, I'm going to go with a 1660 this time, it's like, no, put some rules in place for which options. The ones I like to do during Monday through Thursday is the nice round 25, 25, 50, 75, 100. But, I would consider, Thursday or Friday going with something off those normal ones because there's still some volume in the other ones, especially when they're closer at the money. So, really it's whatever you've got written into your rules for which ones you're going to trade. Here we are at, 10:20, 10:15. we've got less than $1 range on some of these here. So this would be a good place to be getting in, again, like probably 650 by 550. That went up to 8. Still didn't even get 2R. So just recognize what you're looking for it to do. I mean, this was a big rally coming from here up to here. I mean, that moved what? 14 bucks, 15 bucks, something like that. 17. Where'd it go? Where's the low? It's like 1632 up to 1647. So 15 bucks. So move 15 bucks if you bought the low. Now, if you waited for the Morningstar reversal, yeah, not going to get as good. Could still scalp an R. That would have worked. But this is a better candle to wait on. It's got a bit of a lower high here, higher low here. I mean, it kind of has some consolidation going on in this area, and then it breaks out, but then it retests here. Sorry if I'm just swinging the cursor around, you can't see it. What I'm seeing is this, oops, like that. So it broke out of kind of a triangle with an apex right here on that hammer, broke out. So how do you trade that? You get an option like 1650. Let's go back to that. 1650 call and say, okay, I'm buying that hammer. Let's see how that were to play out. So your hammer is right here at 2 o'clock. So this is the 1650 call, and at 2 o'clock, 40-cent candle. So it would have worked here to go like 950 by 850 or 10 by 9, and that rallied just the end of the day. You got a nice level, nice hammer candle. And from, let's say you did 10 by 9, you're getting out at 12 or 1250 or something. So, this previous high here. So like getting out at 12, 10, 12, 2R, small amount of time, but you really waited for things to get primed, for things to set up with the right kind of candle. So anyway, get rid of that. And we will continue to watch ahead for earnings and see what could be going on before it. Hope you enjoyed this video. This is Justin.